Good morning and welcome to Big Cats in the UK episode 11. So we have some news. If you're in Big Cats in the UK groups on Facebook or Reddit, you've probably already heard this and you probably already got your opinions. So DNA evidence has been 99% confirmed for a panther in the UK. Now, panther is very vague. It's a very loose term. So the backstory is I've got some notes here because I've got quite a few other pieces of evidence as well from over the years. It's DNA evidence from Gloucestershire. So a team who's making Panthera Britannia Declassified, a new documentary about big cats in the UK, were looking into some sightings and sheep attacks in that area, and some black hair strands were found on a barbed wire fence, were sent off for testing, and they've come back as 99.9% positive as a panther. Now, again, very, very vague, but, you know, panther, some kind of a large predatory exotic cat. So that DNA evidence proves that the big cat, that was a big cat that was near that fence. Now, again, there are going to be some people that think that's it, that's all the proof we need, or there's going to be some people that will think that just proves one big cat in that specific area, and it's not species specific either. So there's a lot more work to be done to try and get more evidence in terms of a big cat in the UK, population in the UK. Now, for me personally, I think that this may be the next step in terms of big cats in the UK. I think the existence has partially been confirmed. When I say partially, we have big cat of some kind within the UK. Now, personally, I believe we have big cats in the UK for decades. Whether they're leopards, lynx, pumas, you know. Thought I saw someone behind me then. Whether the leopard, lynx or pumas, or some kind of bizarre hybrid species. Now, there has been numerous pieces of evidence that have been overlooked over the years. Now, there's one or two here that I've actually written them down, that are one's from 2012, and I've never heard of it up until like yesterday. So I'm just going to read it to you now. So, 18th of May 2012. I don't know if 18th of May was the date the evidence was found or where the article was published. In Scotland, a dead animal in Cullen, Morayshire, and it had an 18-inch long tail, and it had, huge teeth. And there's a picture next to it as well. And I've never seen this picture or heard of this until now. And that's from 2012. That's mental. It just shows that if it's not shoved in your face, if it's not plastered all over social media or a newspaper, or in a specific group related to that topic, you might miss something. I've never heard that one until now, and that's over 10 years ago. A trail cam photo. This was provided by Jonathan McGowan. He's a renowned. He's been a big cat. Part of the big cat research group in the UK for years. He's done lots of field work. You know, you probably know him on about. Some people are a bit skeptical about him. They're not sure if all of his findings are legit. But there's a really good trail cam photo of a big cat, allegedly from Kent. The actual specific area it doesn't go much deeper than that. It's in Kent. On the picture you can see some sheep in the background, and the big cat is within somewhere like this, and there's a fence with some sheep further down. What have we got next? And another one from Jonathan McGowan. This is a large 9-foot long dead black cat on the side of a road. Cyclists were riding past, shouting, "Oh my God, look, it's a black lion." And Jonathan McGowan took a picture of its head. Now, Jonathan McGowan was in a rush. He was late for a meeting. He stopped, took a picture of just the head of the animal, And then when he was on his way back, the dead animal, sorry, was gone. Allegedly, this happened quite close to an army or a military base or something like that. And this is more common than we think, apparently. Big cats in the UK get knocked over on motorways, on roads, not all day, every day, obviously, but more often than you'd think. And apparently it's covered up, the bodies are moved by either police, army, specialist teams, etc. And I'm aware how that sounds. It sounds a bit like, you know, conspiracy kind of thing, but that's what he reports anyway. Whether you believe his findings or not, that's up to you. The pictures are there, the evidence is there, but some people question, well, yeah, but is it actually from the UK? Personally, I like to think it is. But yeah, that's when you see loads of evidence compiled together, you can't help but think, even if you're a skeptic, I'm not. I'm open-minded. I think we have some kind of big cats in the UK for decades. What species? I don't know. Black leopard, pumas, maybe some lynx, or maybe a strange, bizarre hybrid. I don't know. Or all of the above. But when you see all the evidence compiled into like one article, you can't help but think, come on. And thousands of eyewitnesses that have got their own pictures and videos, which can't really be used as evidence because they're all, you know, zoomed in to infinity on camera phones, and you can't really tell the size of stuff on it. But yeah, when you see it all compiled together, even if you're a skeptic, you must think something must be going on. But now we have this DNA evidence, which, by the way, isn't the first DNA evidence. In 2006, I saw a documentary about big cats in the UK, and there was a farmer, and a large black cat was going on his farm, and, you know, taking his, his livestock, and they recovered some hair from that alleged cat, and it come back as a leopard type cat, and that's from 2006. But some of you may not have even heard that. That documentary is in 2 parts on YouTube. If you search big cats in the UK documentaries, you'll have to scroll down a bit because it's quite an old one, and I don't think a lot of people know it's there. But it was on the TV. It was a legitimate documentary. But what now? So if that is a thumbs up of big cats in the UK, if that is a confirmation of big cats in the UK, what now? Well, let's just have a little chat about that. So if big cats in the UK are here and we've got confirmation, what next? So personally, nothing's going to change. In terms of the big cats, nothing is going to change. They're not going to change the behaviours based on knowledge gained by humans. That's ridiculous. They're still going to be elusive. You're still going to hardly ever see them, if ever, and you're only ever going to get catching glimpses of them, or a very, very lucky rare trail cam footage of them. Now, some people still might be sceptical. This DNA evidence might not be the smoking gun for some people. It might only be specific for that one particular incident. Now, if this is plastered all over the newspapers, which I very much doubt it will be, because it would have already been plastered all over newspapers already, it's not front page news. It's not even front page news on social media sites in terms of breaking news articles. You'd think it'd be a lot bigger than what it is in terms of confirmation of large predatory cats in the UK. But what next? What are we going to do with this now we have some kind of DNA evidence proof of big cats in the UK? Well, what I would say is, don't change your behaviours. Don't tell your kids to be careful playing in the forests or the woods or the parks because they now know big cats are definitely within the UK. That's just ridiculous, because if with this evidence, the cats must have been here for decades, to even have some kind of a population, or remainder of the population still here. So they must have been here for decades. They've not bothered anyone. One 10-year-old boy in the 70s or 80s was allegedly attacked by a big cat, but when they've looked at the marks on his face, it didn't add up. If it was a big cat, his cheek would have been gone, and these were really fine, slight scratches. Anyway, so don't change your behaviours. And a lot of people are worried about trophy hunters. Right, big cats in the UK confirmed. Now, are trophy hunters going to go, stalk, hunt and kill them, for sport? Well, if they do, they're going to have a really hard time. It's hard enough tracking animals down in big cats in areas where the population is a lot more so, like North America, for example, or Africa. Even that is a painstaking. You have to be really experienced. And if big cats in the UK are here, the population isn't, it's going to be a very minimal population in the UK, and it'd be painstaking. I mean, if it's took decades to get 2 DNA samples and a couple of potential carcasses, then how, you see where I'm going with this. It's not going to be, oh, big cats in the UK have been confirmed, I'll go and hunt one tomorrow morning. I think you'd be in a tent going from town to town, from field to field, trail cams in all sorts of places. It'd be a pot of luck. But most importantly, don't do it. Don't kill wild animals for trophies. Don't go out killing big cats, and don't go out killing. I'm aware there's not bears in the UK, but bear hunting in America, etc., really frustrates me. Well, hunting any animal, for example. But yeah, what's going to happen next? I think next, in terms of big cats in the UK, research is just getting more evidence. Maybe try and get more, species-specific evidence. Maybe a live one. Not killing it, but if you can get good video footage of a live one, with lots of points of references of sizes in the frame, that would be fantastic. Just to look at, and obviously just to say, oh well, that is a lynx, or that is a black leopard, or that is a puma. So yeah, I had to make this video. So what do you think? Do you think that's it? We don't have to do any more research. People can stop going out making casts of paw prints. People can take the trail cams off. No, don't do that, because at the end of the day, it's a wild animal, and that's amazing. So keep doing your if you like to research and do your own little investigations into big cats in the UK, don't stop. Yeah, DNA evidence, but that was that one specific incident. I personally believe we do have big cats in the UK, in all parts of the UK, all areas. But still go out, still do your research, still put your trail cams up, because you never know, you might find the next piece of evidence that will take it up to even the next level. It's like, okay, that DNA evidence that we got before was confirmed of panther. Very, very vague, not species specific. Someone might be lucky enough to get more evidence in the future that might lead to a species specific piece of DNA, or video footage of blatantly showing a specific species of big cat in the UK. So I've waffled on for far too long, so I'm going to leave it here. If you like this video, this is episode 11. You can backtrack and watch my other big cats in the UK videos. Please give me a subscribe, thumbs up, and share this. I will post this on big cats in the UK communities. Let me know what you think. Is this the smoking gun? Do you think we should just stop any investigations, or do we need to do more work to get even more evidence? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one, and stay safe.